Hi guys, good afternoon, happy Saturday to you, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in force of habit. In today's video, I will be discussing my thoughts and reaction to the big announcement which was released yesterday morning that CBS's new series Zoo has been renewed for a second season, baby. Yeah. Renewed for a second season. All right, now before I go on and I start rambling, of course, I'm going to be making frequent references to season 1 of Zoo, which will be full of spoilers, obviously. So if you have not seen the first season of Zoo, or if you're behind a couple of episodes, do not keep watching or listening to this video, as it will be full of big spoilers from Zoo Season 1, so you have been warned. Yay, that's all I have to say. I mean, I am super happy about this. I've been waiting for an official announcement, a confirmation that it had been indeed renewed for a second season, or canceled after one season. Obviously, I did not want that. I just wanted some kind of confirmation as to whether or not it had been picked up again for a second season, because we were all left in suspense, especially with that big season 1 finale cliffhanger with all of the animals charging our main characters trapped in the Humvee, and it cuts to black after that. And so now we get to see where it picks up. Next season, where we finally see what happens to our characters as they're faced with a stampeding herd of animals. So I'm very happy to hear this. I'm glad that it attracted enough viewers, enough numbers and ratings to attract... Excuse me. Excuse me. My apologies. I'm glad that this show attracted enough viewers and ratings to make the network renew it for one more season at least. And I think what really helped here, in my personal opinion, is that the last 4 or 5 episodes really picked up the pace. The show got way more interesting, exciting, a lot more action-packed sequences, a lot more animal attacks, and I think that's what revigorated the public's interest. I mean, we were hooked from episode 1, and then it got a little weird in between the beginning and end of the season. It was a bit slow, still interesting, but kind of slow. Not a whole lot of stuff going on with animal attacks, but towards the end of this first season, it really picked up and got really good, especially that season finale. Now, since it's been renewed for a second season, I think it's safe to assume it will probably premiere in late June of 2016, since this show debuted earlier this year on June 30th. And I'm assuming it's going to have another 13 episodes with it, like the first season had, was 13 episodes, yeah, so probably 13 more episodes. But what I'm most curious about is whether or not season 2, at least the first half of it, or maybe they'll do it in the first episode, if this show is going to start to lean towards an apocalypse feel. Like this is going to be another apocalypse show, like Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, Falling Skies, or the comedy on Fox, The Last Man on Earth, featuring Will Forte. I wonder if this show is eventually... I mean, I'm sure that might be the eventual plan, is to have it turn into an animal apocalypse show. And that's how they had us feeling towards the end of this first season. We saw the time jump. Things had changed drastically over 3 or 4 months. And, of course, the final scene is like there are tons of animals that have overwhelmed the Capitol, and now they're blocking the path of our heroes. And the last scene is they all charge them as they're all sitting there in the Humvee figuring out what to do. So I wonder if the first, 3 or 4 episodes of Zoo will be like the last futile efforts and struggles for humanity's last stand, organized stand to remain intact and remain in communication with each other before the electrical grid goes dark, before everything goes black. They lose power, they lose electricity, meet their ways of communication, and people are basically left stranded in their own homes, in their own countries, without any ways or means of communicating with others. And now everybody is surrounded and trapped by killer animals. So I wonder if that's how season 2 is going to very slowly or gradually lead us into the animal apocalypse, or maybe not. Maybe we won't get to the animal apocalypse till the end of season 2, and maybe that's what season 3 will do. And hopefully there is a season 3. From what I read after the season 1 finale aired, they were interviewing a couple of producers and the showrunner, I believe, and they said that there's a 5-year plan in terms of the series span for Zoo. There's a 5-year plan, which hopefully means 5 seasons, obviously. So hopefully hopefully this show keeps getting more and more interesting and better. And I think they learned their lesson at the end of this first season is that people really enjoy the more exciting, interesting episodes featuring animal attacks and character conflicts. And I think we're definitely going to get a hell of a lot more of that come next season. I think they're going to get off to the right start with this second season, because now we've established a universe, our characters, their relationships with each other, and I think it's just going to be all uphill for us as TV viewers, but it'll be all downhill in a huge total shitstorm for our main characters and everybody else who has to survive in that world on that show, because they're like just slowly ever increasingly moving towards an animal apocalypse. But I think the second season is going to see how humanity is going to struggle to remain organized, intact, and how to fight back against the animals, whether they use conventional weapons or biological weapons, which I certainly hope they don't do, because biological tampering and the creation of the mother cell is what got them in the mess in the first place. And for God's sake, don't let Raiden Global anywhere near this crisis. They created this crisis, essentially. So please don't let them have a hand in it at all. Please, please. And I think we'll see some character growth. Chloe and Jackson's relationship towards the end of the first season, they started to get hot and heavy, and I think we're going to see that bond between them really strengthen and come together during such a horrifying crisis, and they're going to become much, much closer than they were in season 1, as will all of our characters. But what I'm also interested in is the whereabouts of secondary characters. Like, what about Mitch's ex-wife, her fiance, and their little girl, the little girl who had cancer? Because of that time jump in the season 1 finale, they didn't really address or talk about what happened to Mitch's family. Are they still in Boston, or are they safe? And did they make it to Maine safely, and they're with Mitch's in-laws, with the grandparents? Or did they get trapped in Boston? Did their golden retriever ever turn on them? What happened to them? I hope we get some answers, because not that it's that important, but because it's related to a main character, it would be nice to get some answers regarding those particular secondary characters, along with Jackson's mother. Last we saw her, she was staying in Botswana while Abraham and Jackson went off to investigate these animal attacks. Before the team was even formed, they left for their own reasons, and they left Jackson's mom in Botswana, which Jackson was really opposed against, but she assured him that she was going to be okay. And, like I said, with the time jump in the season 1 finale, we don't know what's happened to her. Was she in her camp overrun by lions or other predators? Is she still alive even? Was she evacuated to another location? What happened to her? What happened to poor Mrs. Oz? Are we ever going to find out what happened to her? That'd be nice to get some closure there as well. And of course, what I'm also looking forward to is seeing different animals working together, like interspecies cooperation and communication, just like that enormous animal herd we saw at the end of the season finale. Stuff like that. And then, of course, consistent animal attacks and exciting animal action sequences. I think that's going to be pretty fun, too. Overall, I'm very happy to hear it's been renewed for a second season. Very much looking forward to it. And in terms of when we might get a teaser or trailer for it, probably won't be for a very, very long time. We may not get something till early 2016, maybe, assuming they stick to their schedule of releasing a new season in late June. We may not get the trailer for the second season, if we get one at all. Probably not till, mid or late April. And if not then definitely in May, before the show premieres in June. Assuming, of course, they stick to their schedule of a summer premiere. Because they did refer to it as the summer breakout hit series of 2015. This was like, of all the summer shows that debuted, this one was like a huge hit. And, it always drew in numbers, audiences, and ratings. And I've liked it on Facebook. I've seen posts on Facebook. People really like this show and the characters. So I'm glad that they renewed it for a second season. And I hope they keep on renewing it afterwards. Well, guys, what do you think is going to happen in season 2 of Zoo? What are you looking forward to? What animals would you like to see introduced into the crisis? You know, what do you think is in store for our characters? Do you think the show could be leading to an animal apocalypse? Please leave your thoughts and opinions and your feedback down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. That's what this channel is all about, is reaching out to you guys and getting back your feedback, your opinions, and just reaching out to everybody. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in here on the EdWord on this Saturday afternoon. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video. Please, stay subscribed for more upcoming content and videos. I will be doing my recap videos tomorrow night for Fear the Walking Dead Season 1 finale. And hopefully, if I can't do it tomorrow night, I'll definitely do it Monday night. My video recap for The Strain Season 2 finale. So we got 2 season finales tomorrow night. Fear the Walking Dead on AMC and The Strain on FX. Check your local listings for your air times. And it's going to be an exciting Sunday night, so that's for sure. Well, guys, thanks again for tuning in here on the EdWord. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks again for watching. And, of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.